Hi, welcome to class.
Hello.
Hello, nice, namaste. So before we get started, is there any injuries or anything you want to work on?
No injuries.
Is there anything we should avoid?
No, nothing that
Okay, all right, sounds good. So just kind of go at your own pace and make sure that you're listening to your body. There is some risk with some of these poses, so just kind of stay in tune with yourself and what you can do. There's no reason to push and get an injury. Sound good?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna get started by having a seat on the mat. Go ahead and extend your legs this way. I'm gonna do a few warm-up poses. This one I like to call, this is called staff pose. I like to use a blanket just to generate a little more warmth, as this is a late night restorative class. So go ahead, you can place the blanket over yourself. What you should be doing is adjusting your hip bones so that both hips are into the ground and your legs are straight with your knees pointed up at the ceiling on your feet. All right, so this is the beginning of class. We are going to move into a cocoon and sort of wrap ourselves into our ball. So go ahead and take your heart and let it sink over your knees and just let your head hang down. Good. Here you're going to want to take a moment of silence. Center yourself after a long day and a long week. We're going to come into our breath. Take a deep breath in your nose for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let it out with a deep sigh. Ha. Breathe in again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let it out. Ha. Go ahead and let your heart sink a little further. Reach for your toes if you can grab them, or your ankles. Make sure that you're just letting your heart melt over your thighs and your legs, and let that head hang down. Go ahead and breathe again for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and sigh out. Breathe in again. 2, 3, 4, and sigh out. See if you can melt a little bit deeper and closer to your thighs. Stretch your tailbone towards the back of the room. Sort of sit up tall again, this time reaching your head towards the sky. Try to have a straight back instead of a curved back, but keep at an angle. Do you mind if I offer some adjustment and assist? Okay. So right now your spine is very curved. I want you to push your low back in. Keep your knees straight. You don't actually have to reach that far. Keep your legs straight. You don't have to touch your toes at all. Take this part of your back here and push this part forward. Keep your head like a string is on your head up towards the sky, and push this low back part forward. You don't even worry about reaching at this point. Just take this low back, bring the low back forward. See how you're bending from your shoulders? Good. So we'll do a few more hip openers and low back openers during this class, just because. Okay, sounds good. All right, so now we're going to move into the next pose. Go ahead and open your legs wide. This again, keeping your knees pointed up. Good. So go ahead and clamp the hands with the fingers. This is a seated palm tree pose. Go ahead and lift your hands over your head. We're going to sway like a palm tree from your left foot to your right foot and back up. And then go the opposite direction from your right foot to your left. Go ahead and do that a few times, 4 more times, like a palm tree, just swaying in the wind. Good, go ahead and sigh out. Okay, 2 more. This is the third one right here. Just kind of loosening up all of the back muscles and the thighs. Last one right here. Very good, awesome. All right, we're gonna tuck the right knee in, so bring your right foot into your thigh. And you're gonna wanna keep your left knee pointed towards the ceiling. Good. Okay, so we're going to reach your left hand on your shin. Awesome. And take your right hand up and over and see how far you can reach. You should be feeling this in your right hip. At the same time that you're reaching, go ahead and take your right, keep reaching, yep. And take your right hip and feel like you're driving a stake into the ground with your right hip and reach as hard as you can for your left foot. Good. We're gonna breathe here. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, breathe out. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, breathe out. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, out. Your turn. Breathe out. Good. See if you can stretch just a little further and switch. Bring your right foot out and your left leg into your thigh. Sit up tall again. Tuck that low back in. We're gonna just put the right hand on the shin and reach over to the right toes. Go ahead and breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice, you see her melting there? That looks really good. 2, 3, 4. Last time, 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna come into butterfly pose now. Go ahead and bring the soles of your feet together. And we're gonna wanna, again, make sure you sit up tall, take that low back, and try to pop it up. Actually, go ahead and use your own hand, place it on your low back, and feel a little curve in your low back. Okay, awesome. So if you remember, we're gonna put our hands above our head in this pose, reach for the sky. And what you're doing in this pose, because you can't use your legs now, is you're gonna feel a little bit of heat generating in your mid back, because it's holding up your arms, okay? And we're just gonna hold them and generate a little bit of heat, like Kundalini energy. We're gonna stay here for about 20 seconds. Go ahead and keep that stomach sucked in towards your belly button, towards the back of your spine, but also keep your lungs expanded. Remember to breathe. Should be getting a little tired now. You've got this. Awesome. Go ahead and let the arms come down. Okay. So we're going to go to tabletop. Come to all fours. Okay. You're gonna want to, yep, do you want to move the blanket? Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna be in all fours. Go ahead and extend the knees a little bit and put the feet flat. Awesome, that looks really good. And from here, we're going to extend the right leg out back behind you and point the heel towards the wall. Okay. Awesome. So keep that heel, the toes pointed down and the heel towards the wall. That looks great. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to do a teeter-totter. We're going to bring it over across the left. You can take a look. That looks awesome. On the other side, look over your left shoulder. Yep. Good. And then swing the leg out to the right and look over your right shoulder. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to repeat this 4 times. 1, and then look over your right. Awesome. 2, look over your right. Left. 3, and back, look over your right. 4, left over your right. 5, last, oh, I think we said 4. Okay, sounds good. Okay, so go ahead and set it down. Shake out those hips if you want, side to side. That's good. Extend the left leg when you're ready. Good. Keep that heel pointed towards the wall and the toes pointed down towards the mat. Good. So you want to turn that heel a little more towards the banister. Awesome. That looks great. We're going to do the same thing, that teeter-totter. So when you're ready, we're going to cross and look, and then bring it back to the other side and look. 2. Very good. 3. And 4. Nice. Go ahead and set that down. Okay. So we're going to tuck the toes. Okay, actually, we're going to untuck the toes. Take that right leg that we lifted before, lift it up again. Keep the toes pointed down and the heel towards the back. Go ahead and bend the knee. So the sole of the foot's facing the ceiling now. Good. And then push up towards the ceiling. Awesome. Can you lift your left arm and extend it towards the wall in front of you? Good. So this is a stabilizing pose. Take some core strength that we're heating up here. Good. We're just going to hold 2 and relax. Let it down. Bring the knee down as well. We're going to switch sides. Bring the left leg out behind you. Okay. You're going to bend that knee so the sole is facing the ceiling. And then you're going to extend the right arm out in front of you. You want to keep your hips balanced and not put too much weight on your right hip. So bring in a balance between your left arm and your core. Let's try that one again. Okay, you tell me when you're ready. Okay. So extend that left leg out behind you towards the wall. Go ahead and turn it in a little. There you go. And then go ahead and, there you go. Nice adjustment. Okay, very good. And when you're ready and you have a core balance, good. And your hips look awesome. So your hips are level right now. One isn't higher than the other. That'll help you stay more balanced. Keep that left hip down. Good. Okay. So go ahead and take a child's pose. You can extend the knees out wide here. Reach the arms out in front. And let the head hang down and the chest hang down. All right, right, so we're gonna come back to tabletop now when you're ready. And we're gonna bring that right knee up in front so that it's bent underneath your chest. Awesome, looks really good. I wanna lift your chest up, balanced, stable. Bring your hands into Namaste. Make sure your right knee is behind your toes. That looks good. And we're gonna take a twist here. So you're gonna twist over so your left elbow hooks to the outside of your right knee. Okay, so turn first. Good, get that elbow past the knee and then hook it in place. Awesome, good. Okay. So when you feel, do you feel stable in this pose? Okay. So go ahead and can you tuck those back toes underneath your left foot? Nice, really good. So do you have some strength? Flex your core muscles, your stomach muscles, and flex your right quad. And you're gonna push up and you're gonna straighten that back leg. Think you can do that? No? Okay. All right, so we'll just stay here. Go ahead. Oh, hey, yeah. Yes, you're doing it. Nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep with the legs bent and we'll move into this pose another way because you can get there. So let's tuck those toes, those back toes. Go ahead and lift the back leg with the hands still on the ground in front of you. Nice. Okay, so right now your right knee is getting in front of your toes. Let's go ahead and bring it back behind you. And I've got some blocks for you. Put your hand on the block here and the block here. Nice. Good. Okay, so you want to extend that back leg so it's straight. And again, the move that we did at the beginning of class with the low back, yes, that is an excellent adjustment. Okay, so try to find the strength in your thighs, your foundation right now. Feel the strength in your big toe, shooting all the way up your knee to your back foot. And when you feel ready, go ahead and stand. I was going to say, go ahead and stand up, lifted. So when you feel ready, we're going to go from here to here. Okay? Good. So keep that right knee bent. Stay down in the pose. Good. Come into Namaste. Prayer pose. Good. We're just going to stay here for a minute. Find some balance. Come into warrior one. Raise the arms up ahead. Go ahead and drop. Let's go ahead and turn this heel. Rotate the heel towards the back wall. Nice. And this should be almost a straight line that you should feel. The line in your yoga mat that's perfectly placed there between your body. Good. Go ahead and lunge a little deeper down. Awesome. That's good. But go ahead and you can use both legs to lunge down. So not all of the weight has to go in that front leg. You can flex into these muscles by pushing the kneecap back to the wall. Very good. And find some more stability by grounding in that pose. Good. Okay, so come to warrior two. Open up. Good. Go ahead and rotate that left foot back. Right foot. And find a little more stability in this pose by finding a focal point in front of you, looking over that. Go ahead and look over your middle finger out to the wall in front of you. Good. Oh, okay, can you pinch these two shoulder blades towards each other? Okay. All right, so pinch the shoulder blades towards each other. Good. We're gonna straighten the legs. We're going to reach up to the sky with your right hand and let your left hand hang down behind you. Okay, good. Okay, you gotta stay in the pose. Okay. Okay. All right, let's do a little. Okay, good. All right, and let's cartwheel back into downward to the front of the room. Bring the left leg up, and we'll come into mountain pose. Good. Okay. Let's take a deep breath. Let's shake everything out that we've done so far, and we'll move into the other side. Okay, so the right leg was bent forward. We're gonna have the left leg bent forward this time. Take the right leg and bring it back. Okay, into warrior one. Good. Warrior one, you're up on your toes. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. All right. So right now, yep, you want to stay with your body. Yes, you want to stay lifted a little more with a 90-degree angle of that leg. Okay. And when you're here and you feel stable, go ahead and lift up into warrior one. Okay, so warrior one, go ahead and turn that heel out. There you go, nice. And breathe. Take a deep breath in, find strength here in this pose, in your foundation. Go ahead and sink a little deeper if you can. When you're ready, go ahead and drop that back heel, rotate the foot, and come into warrior two. Awesome. Look over that left hand towards the front of the wall. Try to find something in the distance. Try to keep that right hand up. And drop that right, go ahead and relax the left leg, drop that right hand and reach the left hand up to the sky. All right, so we're gonna take a little, we're gonna come back up to mountain pose. Shake it all out. We're gonna do this again, but we're gonna add one more pose on each side. Okay? All right, sounds good. All right. All right, so let's start with bringing the left leg back. Go ahead and use either the hands on the floor or on the block. And keep that left knee pushed up to the sky. That looks great. And keep your chest lifted off your thigh. And when you feel strong and stable in your legs, come into warrior one. Nice. Good. Breathe it and take a deep sigh out. HA. Warrior two. Drop that heel. Good. Look over your third finger. And we're going to come into side angle. So take your right foot, turn it towards the wall. Nice. And we're going to forward fold. And if you can touch the ground, great. If you need a block to hold on to, you can. And just let yourself hang and let your head relax down. Good. Okay, go ahead and pop the hips out side to side. Nicely. You can bend the knees a little. Good. Kind of just play with the pose until you feel comfortable. Getting a nice little stretch Let your head hang so you're not having to flex those muscles. When you feel ready, come back up. Bring the legs just a little closer together. Keep those heels turned in. We're gonna reach the hands out wide towards the walls in star pose. We're gonna keep the arms extended. Go ahead and flex the back muscles, your upper shoulders. Yes, that looks great. Keep the head up, that chest out. Bend those knees. We're gonna move into goddess pose. So when you bend the knees in front of you, you're gonna take our hands from out here to out here. Awesome. Go ahead and hold the earth and sink a little deeper. Looks great. Go ahead and hold the earth. See how much stamina you have to stay in this pose. And breathe. Take a deep breath in. Let it all out. Good. Okay, so we're gonna come now back to the front of the room into mountain pose. And we're gonna do the opposite side. Okay? So go ahead and take that right leg, extend it behind you. Go ahead and put your hands on the ground if you need to put them on your blocks. Okay? And let's get a 90-degree angle on our left leg. And then sink a little deeper. Go ahead and straighten the spine so you can take the weight off your leg. And when you feel stable, go ahead and lift up into warrior one. Nice. Go ahead and keep that heel turned out. Excellent. Yep, keep that heel. You want to be on that big toe. So feel all the strength of your big toe flexing up through your right leg. And breathe. Okay, and when you feel ready, go ahead and drop that right heel. Move into warrior two. Look over the left third finger. Go ahead and keep that left leg bent. Sink a little deeper into the pose. Go ahead and take a deep breath in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose. Out through your mouth. And we're going to move into our side angle pose again. This time, if you remember the palm tree where we've had the hands up above before, we're going to move into a swaying palm tree and do big circles, left to right. Good. Left to right. Left to right. Good. Go ahead and take and put your hands on your knees. Bend your knees. And we're going to tuck each shoulder in, alternating shoulders, and get a nice back stretch. Get a nice stretch on the inside of the thighs. Make sure you're using your hands to push your thighs out, not down. There you go. When you feel ready, go ahead and reach over your right leg, both hands, and let your head keep the leg straight. You can put your hands up higher, yep. And then let the head hang down. Okay. So just like in the beginning of class when we melted over our legs, but they were wide open on the floor, now we're letting gravity sink our chest towards our legs. Good. and breathe. I'm gonna hold for 2 more breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're gonna come up. We're gonna go to the other side. Go ahead and reach for the other side. And let your chest hang over your leg. Let your head hang down to the ground. And see if you can just melt over your leg. Let gravity do the work. I'm going to be here for 2 breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Go ahead and come to center. We're going to come to the front of the mat. Again, we've done quite a lot of work in the legs. So go ahead and shake out the ankles and the feet. Roll onto your toes. Roll out the wrists and the elbows and the arms. And we're going to go ahead and come to seated. Actually, go ahead and curl into like an embryo seed pose. And I want you to keep your hands on the ground in front of you and lift your heels up as high as you can so your heels are touching your butt or trying to touch your butt. You should feel a really good stretch in the bottom of your feet. When we start to generate enough heat, we'll release. Feel a further stretch. See if you can lift up a little higher. Use all of your toes from big toe to the pinky toe. And we're going to drop the heel slowly, very, very, very slowly. And we're going to rock back. Go ahead and tuck those knees in to the chest. Hold them in a similar pose. And let your back relax, falling flat into the mat. Go ahead and shake your head left to right. And extend those legs out straight in front of you. When you're ready. Good. Okay, so we're here, we're halfway through class. We're gonna bend the knees, an active resting pose. Going to do the bridge pose. So you're gonna flex your thighs and lift your tailbone up to the sky. Bring those arms underneath your tailbone with your hands clamped. Try to squeeze those shoulder blades behind your chest and push your chest to the sky. Push your belly button up as high as you can and keep pushing those hip bones to the sky, trying to make them more and more even. If you're comfortable, stay here, but if you'd like to go a little more, go ahead and pick up your right leg and reach it out in front of you. Okay. Go ahead and relax the pose. Good. Going to cross the right leg over the left. Take and grasp with both your hands the left leg. Bring it in closer to your chest. pulling your left leg towards your stomach, towards your ribs. And if you can go a little further, extend your left leg up into the sky. And keep thinking that there's a string around your ankle pulling your left leg to the top of your mat, behind your head. Good. See if you can push your left heel up towards the sky. You can let your hand loose a little further. Just try to get the legs straight. And let the arms loose a little further. Just try to get the legs straight. Good. Your arms may be pulling your legs out in front of you. And tuck that left knee. Good. We're gonna go ahead and cross the legs and come into a supine twist. Go ahead and let the knees fall over to the side and put your arms in cactus pose. Good. Yep. And put your go ahead and look over your right shoulder. In this pose, you want to make sure your right shoulder is trying to stay to the mat. We want to be in more of an alignment. So let's bring your hips in this way a little. Good. There you go. And we're gonna just let gravity do the work here. One more count of breath. And come back to center. Go, and when you're ready, bring that left leg over your right. Good. Bring that right knee into your chest. And use your arms to pull your right knee towards your stomach. If you'd like to go a little more, go ahead and extend that right leg up straight and relax the arms a little until you can get the right leg straight. Go ahead and push up through your heel. Let go with your hands. Go ahead and let go with your hands and let the leg come down further towards the mat, straightening out. Towards the mat. Go down. There. Yep. Keep going further down towards the mat. Awesome. That looks great. Good. Go ahead and bring that right leg down to the mat. And relax. Oh, we're going to keep them twisted. We're going to do a supine twist on the right side. Go ahead and let the knees fall to the side. Centering and cactus the arms. Go ahead and look over your left. And breathe. Okay, come back to center. Going to use some blocks. Go ahead and sit up for a second. We're going to place this block in 3 spots along the spine. The first one is on your low back, on your hip bones, should be about right here. Go ahead and bend the knees just so you have a little support, and put the block up vertical. You can use your hands until you have your hip bone, and I can help you get into it. until you have your block on your hip bone. Good, go ahead and lean back, and then, yep, scoot your hips back a little more. All right, back on the block a little more. Go ahead and scoot yourself back this way and the block this way. A little more. Yeah, even a little more, yeah. Perfect, that's it, right there. Okay, so this is our first block pose. Go ahead and let your chest hang down first. The knees bent. Good. And then when you're ready, go ahead and extend the legs out in front of you. What we're doing is just working on evening and balancing out the hips. Go ahead and play around a little with your heels, pointing your toes up to the sky, out to the side, straight down in front of you with flexion, and back up to the sky. Letting your hips melt open. Let's try to keep the hips pointed up and the feet pointed to the sky. Want to keep the feet, try to keep your feet the same. Do one more breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Okay, so go ahead and bend the knees carefully. Bring the feet up. Go ahead and take both hands on the sides of the block. Lift the hips like we did earlier in bridge pose. Bring the block to your thoracic. Set your mid back. We're going to get into our kidneys and our liver and our adrenal glands. You should be able to sit your butt on the ground and safely still feel the block behind your back. We're going to keep our knees bent in this pose and let your hands hang down by the side. To get a really good release in this pose, your psoas muscles in your back will just sink. This is a really good pose if you sit in a chair all day or in a desk. Go ahead and breathe with any sensation you feel. If you feel pain, go ahead and back out of this pose. Do not do it. But if it is a nice little stretch, melting those muscles, feel yourself blanket over the block. Last breath. Go ahead and put your hands on both sides of the blocks and lift up your hips or lift up your hips. Good. Take the block out from underneath you. Rest here for a moment, and we're going to turn the block vertical. Awesome. So it's going to go between your shoulder blades, and the top of the block is going to go at the top of your shoulders. Okay. Let's go ahead and sit up. Place the block kind of where your shoulders are right now, and walk back carefully until you can lean onto the block. Good. Okay, maybe come up a little higher. Yeah, there you go. Let's lift a little higher right there. Awesome. There you go. And in this pose, when you're ready, go ahead and extend your legs out in front of you. No. Okay. This is a supported fish pose. And a heart opener. Think about everything that's been weighing on your chest this week. Shooting it up into the sky, getting it off of you. Try to draw a connection across your spine, through your legs. Keep your toes pointed to the sky. Make a connection between your lower body and your upper body. Go ahead and point your toes towards the sky. Awesome. And that will help your lower back. And when you are ready, come out of this pose. Lift up slowly. Use your hands to lift you off the block. Nice. And now we're going to, we've been in butterfly before, sitting up tall. Okay, put your soles of your feet together and come down slowly as if you're holding a rope, vertebrae by vertebrae, until your head is on the mat. Let all of the moves you did with the blocks just now, those three, sink into each other and your body reorient. Go ahead and place your right hand on your heart and your left hand on your belly. Breathe into your belly through your nose. Breathe in through your nose. Fill up your belly. Let it all go. Breathe in through your nose, fill up that belly. And let it all go. In through your nose. Feel your belly rise. And let it all go. Go ahead and extend your legs out straight together. We're going to come onto your side, onto your left side. I'll watch you either way. Okay, so come onto your right side. Okay. And we're going to, if you want to use a block, you can. To push up, go ahead and put your legs straight. To lift yourself up, put your left arm. And we're gonna push your left hand down into the mat, almost as if you're lifting your heel off the mat and you are getting a nice side body stretch. And we're gonna actually curve the head towards the toes. So push with your left hand. Go ahead and try to have a nice straight line with your legs. You see how you gotta push your hips forward. Okay. Yes, that looks excellent. And we're gonna push down with that hand into the ground. Keep that right hip turned forward. Yep. If you want to use this block for support, you can. I'm gonna push your left hand so your shoulder drops down. That looks great. Go ahead and turn your right ear to your left ear to your left shoulder. And you should feel a nice side body stretch all along your left side. Push out your left heel to the wall in front of you, just the left heel, or the right heel. Push out your right heel. Push the right one as hard as you can. Push more with the right hand. Push the right hand earth away from you. Yes, that is amazing. And breathe. Breathe until your ribs open up on your right side. And push so hard you almost will lift up your right hip. But stay and let gravity work with you. Good. All right, we're gonna come onto our bellies. Let's go facing forward just for the camera. Okay. I'm gonna put one hand underneath each shoulder. Slightly lift the back. Lift your head and your neck straight. Lift your feet behind you. Keep lifting your chest and your legs off the ground, and lift your hands off the ground into a boat pose. And hold. This is a muscle. This is an active pose. Your last active pose of the night, strengthening the back, using the back muscles. In the opposite direction of sitting in a chair, relax. Drop your ear to one side and to the other. We're gonna go again. Go ahead and lift your feet, lift your chest. See if you can lift a little higher. And relax. The right ear to the mat. Let it all out. The left ear to the mat. Gather yourself, because we're going to do the mermaid on the opposite side. So come onto your left side. Bring the block closer to you and extend your legs straight. Good. Awesome. Those hips look good. Make sure your top hip is rotated forward. Yep. And you're going to push with your left leg towards the wall. And you're going to push the earth away with your left hand so that your left shoulder drops down from your ear. Your right ear goes to your right shoulder. Yep. And push the earth so that shoulder drops. Yes, excellent. Go ahead and keep that hip rotated. Yep. Top hip rotated forward, and get into a nice side body stretch. Okay, when you're done, come into center. Go ahead and do, this is called log house. One knee on front of the other. Good. We're gonna generate a little bit of heat in the hands, drown out all noise from today. Feel a line from your palm of your hands to your belly button. And place your hands over your eyes in silence. Feel the heat from your hands go deep through your eyes into your brain. And wash everything away from today. We're going to take your right hand to your right side and reach over. Actually, go ahead and uncross your legs. And just reach over and stretch the side body. A nice long stretch. Reach for the wall beside you with your fingers, extend, and just come back to center. Reach to the other side. Come back up. You're going to take your left hand on the front of your chest, underneath right here. Take your right hand on top of your left, push down, or pull down, and then push. Take your eyes up to the left corner, move your chin up to the left corner, and reach your chin over to the wall as hard as you can, pushing with your hands towards your chest, but push your chin towards the wall. And breathe. Switch and look to the opposite direction. Reach your chin towards the right wall as hard as you can, but hold your chest, stretching your scalenes for the right wall. Come back into center. Thank you for showing up for your practice today, creating a light in yourself to carry into your communities. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.
That's great.
We're going to finish out class with Shavasana. Go ahead and lay yourself out. I'll let you know when it's time. Oh yeah, I'll turn the lights up.